On this episode, we're talking about Facebook organic reach and how you can still crush it in Facebook despite the new changes. Hey, what's up everybody? My name's Chris Kubby. My friends call me Kubby, and this is The Kubby Show, where we dive into topics on marketing, business, and social media to help you grow your business and grow it fast. This week, we're talking about Facebook organic reach and the latest update that Facebook has made that's given businesses a little bit of a hard time getting into the news feed. So if you haven't been paying attention, Facebook has just announced that they're going to be changing the algorithms and changing how brands and businesses and news outlets get into the feed. Now, for years, organic reach on Facebook has been slipping. And this is basically because brands haven't been producing that good of content. So people haven't been engaging, people haven't been sharing, and they become disinterested. And Facebook says, well, basically, we don't want that. We want people engaged on our platform. We want people liking our platform. We want to protect our users. So they've been making it harder and harder for people, or brands rather, to get into the news feed. And it's become sort of a pay-to-play type of environment. Now, that's okay. I understand that. If you're not producing good content, you shouldn't get in the news feed.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
But if you want to get in the news feed with some good content, here are some amazing tips that'll help you get there. Tip number one, you're not publishing enough, and you're not publishing enough diverse content to understand what your fans want. So if you're seeing your organic reach slip, it's probably because you actually don't know what kind of content your fans and your followers want.
This isn't my world. Disappointed!
And this might be because you're only publishing once a week, or maybe twice a week, or twice a month. I see a lot of branded pages that are publishing once a month, and it simply isn't enough. If you want to understand what types of content your followers want. So I really recommend taking a look at posting different stuff, posting videos, posting images, posting GIFs, posting polls, posting just text stuff, posting different styles of content and different types of topics so that you can better understand your users. You're not doing this, and this is hurting you. So start publishing more, and start publishing more diverse content. Tip number two is you're not asking for engagement. You're actually not creating a dialogue with your fans and followers. You're simply just publishing and hoping people will share it, hoping people will comment, hoping people will engage with it. And you're not actually asking them or creating a dialogue with them. Now, try to take your posts, maybe you're just doing link-based posts, or you're doing your blog articles and repurposing them here and there, but basically you're just pushing out content. Now, this is not going to work on social media, no matter what platform you're on, whether you're Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, it's just not going to work. So I really recommend taking a look at your content that you're publishing there and saying, how do we actually start creating a dialogue with our fans and followers? So here's a prime example. Say you're a shoe brand, right? And you want to get your latest shoes out there.
Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white Vans. Thirsty, man.
You could easily just post a picture of the shoes and say, go get them, here's a link, 20% off. That might be okay. That's probably not gonna get a lot of engagement. That's probably gonna get maybe a few likes if people really like your brand, but it's not gonna create a dialogue. Now, what if you were to reverse that and say, here's our shoe, what color would you like the best? Blue, red, or hot pink? That creates a dialogue. That stimulates a conversation. Or have you seen our latest shoes yet? Or what store will you be shopping at for these? That opens up the questions and gets people talking and gets the comments, which then pushes you more into the news feed and gets you more organic reach. So the tip number two is, if you follow it, is ask for the engagement, ask for the dialogue, ask people to share, ask people to create a conversation with you. Tip number three is you're actually not targeting people that might be interested already in your brand. I see a lot of businesses make this mistake. They don't have their Facebook pixel on their website, so they're not actually tracking people that have already seen their website, and they're not actually looking at people that have already seen their content and advertising towards them with Facebook custom audiences. Now, if you know nothing about the Facebook pixel, or you know nothing about the custom audiences, I really recommend you go check that out, do a quick Google search, Facebook pixel, Facebook custom audiences, and find out how those things work. They're very powerful in retargeting people that have already seen your content on social or on your website or in other places, and actually reaching out to them with other content. So a lot of brands are not doing this. They're going after people they've never seen before. And that's not gonna create that good of engagement. You're gonna get much more if you actually target people that A, know your brand and have already seen some of your stuff. So Facebook Pixel and custom audiences, go check them out and go do it. Tip number 4 is one that a lot of people cannot do and they cannot wrap their heads around, but it's critical, and that is post micro content. Now, what is micro content? Okay, so you can think of micro content as images and videos and text, basically anything that condenses the content and keeps people in the feed. So if you look at your own psychological behavior, your own behavior on Facebook, you're scrolling through stuff, and the stuff that catches your eye, you're gonna look at. Now, typically that's not a lot of links. Now, links still have their place and their time and their effectiveness on Facebook. I'm not saying you shouldn't put links in. I think you should do both, but I'm finding that micro content is performing the best. And this is stuff that A, keeps them in the feed, tries to take all the knowledge that you put maybe on a blog post or on another video or wherever else and condense it. Here's a prime example. So I'm doing a tips on Facebook, right? I could easily put this video up and maybe it'll be too long for Facebook. Maybe it'll be 10 minutes or something. Now, what if I were to take all these tips and just put them in one line? Tip number 1, this. Tip number 2, this. And put it as a text post or put it in an image, right? Make an infographic out of it. Will that perform better if I do that versus creating a big blog post that I link to? Probably. Because A, people don't trust links as much as they used to. They don't have the time to go and read that stuff.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And they're afraid of sharing stuff that they haven't actually investigated themselves. Now, if it's in the feed, if it's micro content, then it's very easy for me to see, hey, do I trust this? Is this from a reputable source? Can I share it without looking like an idiot?
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Yes, they'll more likely do that. So use micro content. Can't say it enough. Use micro content.
Use micro content, use micro content.
Tip number 5 actually goes back to what I said at the beginning of this, that is Facebook is a pay-to-play platform. A lot of brands, a lot of businesses are not paying enough money to actually reach their potential users. Now, that's not to say that you can't get by with a lot of organic reach these days, and there's still a ton of brands that do awesome with organic reach, but for the most part, I'm seeing that you're not spending enough money in the right places. Now, what is that? I recommend a strategy of like poker. You get a lot of poker hands and you fold a lot. If anybody out there's played poker before, you know you get a lot of crappy hands that you're just like, okay, throw that away. This is the same with content. You might publish a lot of stuff on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, wherever those places are, and some stuff performs really well. Some stuff does amazing. That's the stuff that you need to bet more into. That's the stuff that you need to put more money into because you know that it works. A lot of people will spend money on stuff that they haven't actually seen working well yet, or is a dog. They think, oh man, this content sucks. I better put some money behind it and see if it'll work. That's not the right strategy at all. What you should do is play a lot of hands, put out a lot of content, see which ones do the best, and then the ones that perform the best, that's where you go all in on.
That's what I'm gonna be doing every single night. Dollar bills, y'all.
That's where you put the money in. And I'm not seeing brands do this, and it's not helping them. So tip number 5 is put money in the right places. Tip number 6 is don't leave people hanging. I see this all the time. I look at brands' pages, there's people commenting, there's people liking, there's people sharing, and the brand is not saying thank you, they're not engaging back, they're not creating discussion, they're not conversing. Social media is social. That's the first part. As a brand, you're doing a horrible job of being social. So you need to fix this because this is what's actually going to create relationships, and it's going to create people coming back to find your content, even if you don't get into the newsfeed. Now it's rare. Some people might say, who actually goes to a brand's Facebook to see what they posted recently? Very few, but it does happen, especially if you've built a solid relationship with those people.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yup.
And it's a prime opportunity. It's just hanging there. It's just low-hanging fruit to say thank you for sharing this content. So many brands ignore it and it's detrimental to their reach because they're not creating super fans that could be sharing the content more, engaging more, helping people get into the news feed, and actually being an active member of your community. So do not leave people hanging. Do whatever you can. Hire a community manager, hire an agency to help you do this. Don't leave people hanging. It's one of my core tips here. Tip number 7, last tip, guys. Thank you so much if you've made it to here. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Give yourselves a thumbs up. It's awesome. I know there's a lot of content here. Let's move on. Number 7 is you've given up.
The lesson is never try.
I see so many brands and brand managers and social media managers that have given up on Facebook.
You're cool, and you, I'm out.
They have seen that the organic reach is low and they're getting 2%, 3%, whatever it is, and they said, well, that's how it is. That's how it's gonna be, so what? I mean, I can't do anything about it. Facebook is controlling the old algorithm, so yeah. That is a losing attitude, and it's not gonna help you actually get the organic reach that you need and you want out of a great platform like Facebook. So my big tip is, don't give up. I know it sounds like some crappy motivational poster, but it's true. You've given up on how to actually do Facebook properly, looking at the new stuff. How can we do this? How can we get really into this game? How can we use Facebook ads? How can we do more video? How can we do this, that, this? You really have to look at how do you keep the engagement up? How do you keep using the new tools despite whatever the environment that Facebook creates for you, and just keep moving forward and doing your best. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate that. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Please, if you want, drop your Facebook page link below in the comments. I would love to go check it out, see if I can give you some quick tips. Also, everybody in the Kubby community, if you see a page there, go check them out, help each other out. If anybody has any tips, I would love to see that in the comments below. There's a lot of great people out there following my Instagram, my Twitter, and my YouTube page here, and it would be nice to see you guys come together and help each other out. So please drop a link below, that would be amazing. And if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe. I do these videos on the regular, and you'll get great, awesome, actual in-depth, working on the street social media and business tips. None of that fluff somebody read in a blog post or other BS like that. This is real stuff from a real agency owner that's working with these things. So it's no fluff, it's the real deal. So thank you so much for watching. Adios, amigos.